15 years ago, a young Ukrainian couple left everything behind to begin a ministry on a South Pacific island. Their journey of faith and sacrifice continues to change countless lives. George Thomas brings us the story from the highlands of Papua New Guinea.
In 2011, Ira and Zhenya Konstantinik arrived in one of the most remote places on Earth. Far from Ukraine and modern conveniences, they stepped into the jungles of Papua New Guinea with little more than faith and a belief that this is where God had called them to be.
For the first week, it was so romantic, you know, everything was so exciting. And here I am, a mission in Papua New Guinea.
The reality became harsher than anything they imagined.
And then we all got sick. So romantic period was done. I had to wash clothes, I had to get up in the morning, make a fire. I grow my own food, which I have no idea how to, and I have a toddler, and I don't speak the language that people speak.
No electricity, running water, or toilet. Just a small hut surrounded by jungle.
We were so poor as missionaries. We didn't even have the money to buy a mattress.
In 2011, Zhenya, Ira, and their 2-year-old son Matvi landed here on the shores of the Yonki Dam in the highlands of Papua New Guinea. Their home, which was basically a hut made of bamboo and leaves, was right around the bend of this lake. That first year as missionaries was no walk in the park.
Rats were crawling under our blankets, on our legs, bellies.
Then came a moment Ira says she'll never forget. She woke up in the middle of the night, lit a lantern, and looked at her son.
I saw that his face was covered in ants. They were coming out of his nose, his ears, his mouth, everything. His white face, I couldn't see his skin. It was all completely covered in ants.
Long before that night in Papua New Guinea, a teenage girl in Ukraine had a dream.
I felt the Lord is speaking to me. You have to leave your place, Ukraine, Kiev, and go on full-time missionary.
She added another prayer.
And I told God, Lord, either you give me a husband who is a missionary or I won't be married. I wanted a husband who will be so crazy for God as I am, or even more.
A year later, she met Zhenya. At the time, his life looked very different.
Before I met Christ, I was living a very troubled life. I loved to fight, smoked, drank alcohol, sold drugs, stole, and was involved in gang activity.
Then everything changed. The former street fighter became a missionary. And when he met Ira,
I really liked her for who she was, both inside and out. And that same day, I knew she was the woman God had brought into my life.
Oh man, I couldn't speak. He looked so handsome with his curly hair and blue eyes and dark skin.
They first served in Russia before sensing a new calling, Papua New Guinea, a place neither had ever seen.
I didn't even know where Papua New Guinea was.
Not everyone supported their decision.
They told me, look at yourself. What if you fail? What if you get sick? What if you get eaten, you know? In Papua New Guinea, there are people who eat people.
After the birth of their daughter in Ukraine, Ira says she found herself questioning whether she could return. Then something changed. She says her love for the Papua people had grown deeper than she ever imagined.
For the first time in my life, I could feel just a tiny bit of God's love for them, how God feels for them, how God's heart is broken for them. In that instant moment, I knew I'm going back. And not only I'm going back, I will never call Ukraine my home again. I will call Papua New Guinea my home.
15 years later, that decision still shapes every part of their lives. The family now lives on land known as Promised Land. Years ago, local businessman Bumugaru donated the property after believing God told him to give it to the missionaries.
I'm so glad I did, because I've seen how God has used the land to bear so much fruit.
What was once an overgrown field is now home to a thriving ministry. They opened their home to children with nowhere else to go.
When we moved to Promised Land, we took in 11 boys from the street.
Today, their family includes biological and adopted children.
It just feels like home. We were here our entire lives.
God will always provide for those who serve Him.
Plus, countless young people who have passed through their doors.
We bought clothes for them, paid their school fees. They started to call us for the first time, Mom and Dad. Let's go to lesson 19.
Life at Promised Land is rarely boring. Is that a poisonous snake?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
During our visit, homeschool lessons briefly stopped when Matvi stepped outside, killed a snake with his bow and arrow, and then returned to class as if nothing had happened. Then there are the stories of changed lives.
There is a girl right there. Her mom tried to kill her 3 times. She tried to abort her.
Another young woman named Elena came to Ira and Zhenya years ago when her mother could no longer care for her. Today, she is part of the family.
If it wasn't for them, I would not be a Christian today. I would not be where I am now. Mama Ira has taught me how to be close to Jesus, how to read the Bible, how to hear His voice. We used to hang out as little children. Now we've grown up, and we still hang out.
They started a church on the property and planted others in remote parts of Papua New Guinea.
This place has become our home, and we are truly happy. We are grateful to live here and serve God by serving others.
Zhenya's ministry often takes him far beyond the church walls. During our visit, I followed him to a local jail where he distributed food, handed out Bible tracts, and shared a message of hope. We also traveled deep into the jungle to meet the leaders of 2 rival tribes once locked in conflict. Along with supplies to help rebuild damaged homes, he brought a message of reconciliation and forgiveness.
Our 2 tribes had been fighting each other for a long time. Then Zhenya and the pastors from Promised Land visited us and encouraged us to stop the conflict.
Although Papua New Guinea is now home,
Pray for Ukraine.
Ukraine is never far from their hearts. It's on their vehicles, on their clothing, and in their prayers.
Our church faithfully prays for Ukraine on a regular basis.
I pray, I cry, I text my mom, I check on her. It's hard.
Whether she's leading a Bible study for young people, ministering to women in the community, or like on this particular day, stitching up a man's injured finger, Ira is always finding ways to serve.
Touch your people, Lord.
But if you ask her, her most important ministry is caring for her family at home.
Amen.
And around Promised Land.
Stop cooking so good, Mom.
I know, stop it. All the ice creams, homemade ice cream. She's known for more than her servant's heart.
Yes, I love to bake and cook.
Her cooking and baking have become legendary.
People need bread. Not just spiritual bread, but physical bread. Ask people who live with us. They remember our bread, they remember our ice cream, they remember our pizza.
Now, after years of worshiping in a small open-air structure, a larger church is rising. A visible reminder of how far this journey has come. From a hut with rats and ants to a thriving ministry serving families, children, and villages across Papua New Guinea. For Ira and Zhenya, the lesson learned over the years is surprisingly simple.
True happiness doesn't come from living a comfortable life. It comes from giving of yourself, serving others, and witnessing the transformation that takes place in their lives.
Jesus is enough and He is everything.
15 years after leaving Ukraine, that faith and the love story that started it all continues to carry them forward. George Thomas, CBN News, reporting from the highlands of Papua New Guinea.
If you ever have a dream about going into the mission field, that's what Ira had as a teenager. She had a dream, and she followed that dream. She said, I wanted to order my life around that, and I want to find a husband who's just as crazy for God as I am. And together they went out and started this great adventure. And you see the results. Was it hard? Yes. Were there a lot of struggles along the way? Yes. But you see the fulfillment, the purpose that they have to bring the good news. We need to finish the Great Commission, and we can do it in our generation if enough people, just like Ira, get that dream and then respond to it. Don't just stuff it down. Don't listen to all the naysayers, but say, yes, I want to follow what God has for me. When you do that, I promise you, there will be an adventure of a lifetime. I had a dream. I wasn't a teenager. I had a dream. I responded to that dream, and boy, am I ever glad I did. What a great adventure awaits. Let us resolve that if we don't go, we can at least send. If you want to know more about Promised Land, there's a link on cbnnews.com in this story where you can go to their Facebook page or their YouTube page, and you can find out more about their wonderful adventure, and you too can be a part of it. That's a wonderful thing. Again, if you can't go, you can send, and so make sure you're supporting anyone who is trying to complete this wonderful Great Commission.